Right, so very good evening, everybody. Yay, we got some people. So, we're going to be doing a little song. The little song has a title. We were chosen to be Geordies. Geordie by birth, how lucky we are. We call home best place on earth. In the heart of the city stands our cathedral on the hill. We have been too quiet since the start of June. Mini break, nothing happened. In July, we were waiting. And finally, a longer came, but no one else. fans pay good money, never gets that. We are adults, not children. So speak to us instead. A wall of silence. What do you get with silence? Players wanting to leave. Geordie by birth, how lucky we are. The best place on earth. We call home. So currently I have that, which isn't a full song, but we were chosen to be Geordies. And, you know, Matty Renton wasn't happy. Adam Pearson wasn't happy. And others are not happy. Why? Because nobody's saying nothing. Why is that? So, yeah. Right. What's it going on? What we got? We got 27 wonderful and beautiful people right here. So, yeah, we were chosen to be Geordies. Needs a little bit of work. Yes, it does. What I was thinking of doing is a thing called output. And apparently, output costs £15 a month. And what you get for £15 a month is it listens to your music and then it'll give you the fill in parts. But that's for what? October time. So-called jury been on the gin again, Paul. Never had gin in my born days. Upload the lyrics 15 minutes before the episode starts so we can sing along. Yeah, that's a very good idea. However, here's the thing. If I get 3,000 subscribers, you might just get that. Just letting you know. We have Shock Dragon. What do you prefer, goblins or breakers? Not sure on that one. How long before chat freezes? What was Richie saying? What was your old band that you played in called Paul? Well, I haven't had an old band, but the new band is going to have a dark name. As dark as the night. I've been on holiday for a month. Lucky you. Handwritten lyrics in frames, please. Handwritten lyrics. I've shown them in previous videos. Do you think you're losing your Geordie accent? What do you mean, losing your Geordie accent? It's impossible. Will John Sinclair be in it? In what? So-called Geordie. In what? What would he be in? Now, busy weekend. This weekend is going to fly over, and looking forward to Monday. Because I know for a fact between now and Monday it's going to go whoosh, gone. The band, well, I'm thinking of a dark name for the band. Mostly because some of the music I wrote when I was driving in Newcastle is dark. AA is saying, Paul, your inspiration to us fellow oldies. Hashtag adult learning. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. You see, the thing is, right? I'm the wrong side of 50. I didn't want to be, but I am. Steve was saying the demonic cuttlefish. Nah. But it'll be something. And what I might do, let's say is possible, get enough money, book a studio in Nottingham, go in there and belt it out and see what they say. Dark Side of the Tune, I think. That's a good one. That's a blooming good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys here are young, immature lads. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, laugh about this in your box. Well, do you know what the thing is, right? If the plans happen and the money starts to flow, um, I'll stick in for one of the boxes at St James's Park. You get 10 people in the box, 10. So there'll be five of yous coming in the box. And when that happens, you pay for nothing. Not if they happen, Paul, when. Don't speak with doubt. You've got a very valid point. Yes. It's just there's lots of things going on in here at the moment as to paying this, paying that, and paying the other. And I had to go to the doctors today to pick up a letter. The letter is in support of PIP. Keen is saying, Paul, why did you vote? I've never voted for them. So, where you've got your information, go back and give the person an either slap to the back of the head for informing you wrong, or stick your foot up their backside and give them a good kick. Because I've only ever voted one party, and Reform is not that party. EE, so-called Jody, do you want to be in the box? 5 seats, one Paul, me, be positive. Paul can do it. Of course I can. The thing is, the cost of a box. So that's why these apps are going to do their best. Well, where will the boxes be? Well, they will be inside St James's Park. That's where the box will be. I don't know where it'll be inside St James's Park, but it will be inside. So-called Jody, I've got a season ticket. Thanks. The ticket should go to an up and coming YouTuberist like Adam. Well, Adam and Matty and others, they would be welcome. How will you be able to afford it? Well, I'm going to do something to be able to afford it. That's coming this weekend. So, yeah. And you also said you can't afford to rent. You can't afford to rent without using UC. That's going to change. I did tell you all 2025, everything changes. And if you don't believe, go back in time. Stick a cotton wool thing in your lug, get the wax out, and then listen to the videos when I'm speaking. You have to dream to be able to do a lot of the stuff. I mean, hell bells. Years and years ago, I would have never, ever dreamed of doing line after line after line of code, but I did. And then the exam process ground to a halt. But yeah, this is what happens. Yes, AI is now a big part. Yes, it is. But the reason why AI is a big part of what is going to happen is because people in chat, people in comments said, and I'll go back to this, by the time you have finished doing your course, AI will have gone straight by you. So that's why. And what I'm going to do from now on in is this. People, certain people who come in and, like Benny was one of them. There are others who doubt, 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 and doubt again. I'm not going to read your comment out. So you have been warned. Hi from Korea. Thank you. International. We are international tonight. Now, stop living in the past, Paul. We are telling you now to stop. Keen. Sorry to burst your bubble. Yeah, sorry if it makes you wet by bursting your bubble. But this weekend, doing something and like it or you don't. You don't like it, don't go in. I don't doubt you, Paul. You can do anything when you are being paid with my taxes. I paid enough taxes in my life. So you can take your taxes and put them where the sun don't shine because I paid taxes as well. I worked full time over years and years and years and years. Okay? I paid taxes, I paid into a pension, I paid for health benefits. I've done a lot. Paul, you don't need to be rude like that. Rude like what? Did I swear? No, I didn't. I says, if you're going to doubt, I'm just not going to read your message because here and now, through to Christmas and beyond, if you don't believe, I can't help you. And if I can't help you, what's the point of you being here? You told someone to shove stuff where the sun don't shine. That was because that person turned around and insinuated that their taxes are paying my universal credit. I paid into the system for 11 years, and before that I paid into the system on other jobs, full-time jobs. So I'm not being carried by anybody. Okay? Why do you reckon you no, I'm not. I am not what you think at the end of the day by your word. I am not that. I am just a lad from Benwell in Newcastle upon Tyne who doesn't live there no more. I live somewhere else. Down vote, up vote, side vote, don't care. What I care about is what's going to happen this weekend and the launch of two beautiful things, two babies who are going to grow and grow and grow. Good evening, Thomas. Good evening. So, yes, I've got an itchy nose. I'm going to have to wash my face to stop the itchy nose. And there is a thing, there is a reason why I've got itchy nose. I've just had some donuts, jam donuts. So I know why my nose is itchy. Whose babies? My babies. Thomas, who is in chat, has Sunderland Nation. That's his baby. And both of my babies, they are coming out this weekend. What time will the apps launch? You will know when the apps launch. You will know. Because I will trigger. The well-known nose triggering itch donuts. Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't have had the donuts. But I went across to the doctor's to pick my letter up because the letter supports my PIP. So that's now in my possession. Yes, I am going. Yeah, I am going into college, taking a packed lunch into college because God knows how much the food is and the drink is. So I will have some Fanta pop with my packed lunch. And it gives me a chance to meet fellow students at the college and then to say to them, here's my card. And then they take that card away and they go, oh, right, type that in and they come in. Can we mute multiple people that copy and paste the messages 10 times? Yeah. Should be. I mean, this is one of the things like last night. Last night should never have happened. But it did. And a lot of people made comments. And it was about a player who doesn't want to play for Newcastle anymore. So, you know, I haven't received the message from Chris yet, but I'm expecting one from Chris to say, you know, people are expecting you to go live and you're sitting in chat. So yeah. Dandelion and burdock, corned beef sandwiches. You're making me hungry, so-called Geordie man. Corned beef sandwiches with some brown sauce. Dandelion and burdock, do they still do that? Because you used to be able to get dandelion and burdock off the pop truck. It was a lower liner with crate after crate after crate of different pops. There was one absolutely minging pop, cream soda, like a greenish kind of liquid. Oh my God, it was minging. Our local chippy. It's still available. Wow, way man. Yeah. I haven't had dandelion and burdock for, wow, a long time. It's got a very distinct taste. Cream soda is lush. Oh man. The other one, what was the other one? The lemonade didn't last a day. It was dandelion and burdock, which almost lasted 2 days. Cream soda, minging. There was other bottles as well. But yeah, that's going back in time, man, to the old days. Wow, way man. Because back in the day, you had the pop lorry first. Out on. Yeah, you had the pop lorry first, and then you had the coal, uh, no, the coke lorry, where they had these black bags, and a guy would pull the bags from the back, stick them over his shoulder, and then stick them in your bin area for your pork rear fire, or your fire. Uh, what? Nobody's a minority. You're all people, every single one of you. You call them woke. Woke is right. I'm not even sure what that means. I am in minority. Why are you a minority, Keen? Why? Paul only ignores people who aren't part of his echo chamber. Oh, that's a new one. An echo chamber. Panda Pop. Yeah, aye. Panda Pop. Good evening, Bert. Good evening. Good evening, Vivian. Do you remember the local coal man? Yes, I do. Yeah, big, strong, strapping blokes throwing them bags of coal over their shoulders. That's not new, Paul. Anyone but you know that phrase. Okay. Paul, were you about before electricity? Yeah, I was in the candle days, where you had to sit in the corner of the room, everybody huddling round, getting the warmth of the candles. Oh, Panama. The coal man round my way had a proper angry. Oh, right. Paul lived back in black and white. Yeah. Well, when black and white portable TVs were out, yeah. But yeah, having to build a fire, lots of paper, lots of sticks, your coal, your coke, eventually, when coal was no longer used. Paul, it's only like 48. Obviously, he wasn't living in the candle age. I know that, man. I know that. But yeah, I have to admit this though. Back in the day, having to go outside to an outside netty, that wasn't the best. And as soon as I'd been Everybody else bailed out so they could go, and found out years and years later why. You're warm in the seat. Benji is training somewhere to be either a flat racehorse or the jumps. Don't know which. That's a very good statement. Very, very good statement. And Minana also said the same thing to me. If you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say a thing. So yeah, I agree with that one. Any luck releasing a new single? Not yet. What I was looking at the other day was for the podcast, which is iTunes and Spotify. I was looking at that. That's possibly going to be. If I can find it. If I can. Is it in there? So you asked that there. It smells lush. Either that or maybe Fahrenheit, maybe Paquet Rabanne, something like that. Yeah, something like that. So that's all to come. And the one thing I've got to ask is, I'm going to ask through a friend, when me left knee gets sorted out, like either they're going to take the left knee off, or they're going to put plastic on, or are they going to steel plate? Because the guy in the next estate, the next village, he has a steel kneecap, and I don't know which. I don't like the thought of that, so-called Geordie. I don't like the thought of that. Well, as somebody's pointing out here, right, at Keen, I'm not a hater, but you can't build a startup in a month. Well, did you see the post I did earlier from Medium? Somebody did 47 lines of code, and that's worth $2 million. So those 47 lines of code must be mega powerful. I don't know. The hope is when they sort the left knee, I can say to the doctors, there's the stick back. That's the hope. I don't know if it'll happen, but that is the hope. Because I want to be able to run again. Okay, not big distances, but I want to be able to run again so I can kick a football again. But yes, so lots of things to happen, and pay super base, clean the deck with super base, then say there's two. So they'll be handling both of Seeking You and Geordie Nation at the same time. So that means I get two bills a month. But I don't mind getting two bills a month because, as far as I'm aware, I could be a little bit wrong here, but as far as I'm aware, they use Stripe, which is an American payments system. So, yeah. So the payments will come through Stripe back to me, and then I'll have to convert them from USD to GBP. So, yeah. But it is what it is. There's no way around it. And tomorrow, 11:30 tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the FCA. For those of you who don't know what that is the Financial Conduct Authority here in the United Kingdom. Because two things tried to do the other day, and both of those things fell straight away. So, yeah. Now, wishing you all a fabulous Friday evening. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Soon we're going to have boxes. I've got to contact Baz to find out where the link comes from, so you can come in to a box, and then I'll be on the laptop with all of the boxes along the top. And some of you, that means you're going to have to switch your camera on. Okay? And that's so everybody can see you in the other boxes. If you're going into a box, your camera is switched on. That's the rule. And we're going to be doing 11:30, 7 p.m. all the way through Christmas to next April. And some of the content on channel 2, channel 3, channel 4 will also appear. So you're not just getting this channel, you're getting the new channels. So it's exciting times. But thank you everybody for coming in, and it's Friday night. Enjoy yourselves and don't get too drunk. So see you all tomorrow.